Alice 130.
Hey everybody, it's Josh again, doing part 4 now of the Halo Wars 2 Legendary Campaign walkthrough gold medals. Now, this one is going to be the first of, I'd say, 4 tricky missions on this one. This one you're gonna probably have to save it a lot near the end and keep reloading checkpoints until you get it right. It's got some really hard parts and a really hard objective, which is keep people alive. For the most part, the missions where you have to load a lot are missions that have some sort of an objective that's keep blank units alive, because usually that's the only kind of units you can use, and it just makes it really tricky. Now, this mission, don't use any of your flamethrowers that you get at the beginning at all. In fact, don't use any of your squads to do any combat at the beginning, except for Alice, because Alice has shields, and she can just kill people just as effectively as anybody else, because, you know, the flamethrowers suck, they don't do any damage, and you gotta keep them alive. So don't even bother having Alice get any of the resources, just have the flamethrowers run around and get all of the resources on the map, while you have Alice do all the actual work. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just having her run around and do that. They're doing this.
I'm under attack from enemy infantry.
Something tricky with Alice in this mission. When she shoots, if you're standing still, she has to rev up her Gatling gun to shoot. But if you start moving, she'll stop what she's shooting and have to re-rev it up. Every time she starts moving, she has to rev it up. Every time she stops moving, she has to do it again. So generally, you're going to want to try to keep her moving at all times and trying to follow the people that you're chasing down so you can kill people more effectively. It's going to save you some headaches in the long run, so just learn to use her. It's not too tricky. Use the Spartan Slam about as often as you can at this first part too, because it saves you some time and it stuns and kills everybody you hit with a huge air effect, so keep doing that as often as you can. Make sure at this first part too that you get every single supply crate destroyed and picked up. A, you'll need them for later on, and B, there is an objective for getting all of them, and if you miss them, you can't go back. It locks you out from this area of the map, and you can't go back and get them, so make sure you get every single one of them.
We've still got more of our people out there. Let's go get them back.
There's an objective coming up in just a couple seconds where you have to get the fleeing grunt. It's not really a grunt, it's a grunt squad. So it's just this squad right here. Just, like I said, keep moving in front of them, and bam, you got it. Easy peasy. I've never actually not gotten that objective because it's really easy to get, but that's just an important one to get. And this mission is also a lot about getting your units into the correct pieces of cover, getting the right units into cover at the right times. The cover, like, doubles or triples their tankiness, so you gotta make sure you're keeping them in it at all times. And, just keep in mind, you know, where I'm doing it in the mission, and then just follow suit and do the same thing.
Garrison, got orders for me, sir? Getting going. Jump pack brutes! Keep your distance, and if you see them fly, get out of the way before they land!
Take no prisoners this time! Moving out.
I'm under fire from enemy infantry, over.
Right away, sir. Moving out. Hellbringers moving to position.
I'm receiving fire from ground troops.
Be there soon, sir. Copy that. On the way.
Target down for the cat eyes on enemy units. Over. Leaving the Alice 130 reporting for duty.
Got a full tank, and nozzles are hot.
Okay, soldiers, saddle up. We're gonna need those warthogs. Ready for action, sir. Moving to position. 130 ready to go.
Warthog on the move.
Alright, this part's another one of those tricky parts where you kind of just got to make the Spartan lead, make sure that everybody is shooting at the Spartan first, and then bring in the rest of the units. That guy tries to charge into me, so it kind of kills what I was trying to do just there, but for the most part they're just shooting the Spartan, so it keeps the Warthog's health high, because you can heal with the healing ability in this, but your funds are so limited that you're really going to want to save as many as you can for emergency situations where you have to heal a lot of people.
I wonder if I can beat my kill streak. I'm under attack from enemy infantry.
So just keep the Spartan in front, kick the Warthogs back, and keep them alive, because they are one of the most important units at this end part where you just hold out.
Through. Out of my way, coming through.
Show me my targets.
They won't be using that.
You know the drill, team. Don't spare the ammo. Spartan 130 is under fire from ground troops. Over. Oh yeah. On the run.
Sir, my ass is gone.
Give us something to burn.
Alice 130 ready for action, sir. Alice 130 reporting for duty. Nice and simple.
Need a building cleared out?
Suited up, weapons loaded, feeling fine.
Thought you'd never ask. On the double, go. Let's go.
Hope you kept that Cyclops armor in good shape. Now that we've got everyone, it's time to call home. We can't call the Spirit of Fire on unsecure channels, so we need to take control of the old research post here. Let's roll out.
So going into this very last part, for these destroyed supply things, you need to have 12 out of 16 of them before you go into it. Like I have right there, I have 12 of 16. Because there's 4 of them in the last area that you get. If you don't have them, just run your Warthogs out and get them. And you don't have to bring your Warthogs back, because after you get a certain amount of units in here, it forces all of your units here and it teleports them in, because it doesn't once you're running around the map. So your Warthog could be at the starting point and it'll just teleport it all the way over here. So just grab these remaining supplies, and this is the hard part of the level. This is where you have to hold out for a while and you gotta keep people alive, and it's really tricky. Because you gotta hold out for a long time, and like I said, you can heal, but it's not so much the resources on this part, it's more so the cooldown on the heal. You're only gonna get one good heal off, so make sure you're using it properly. Right here at the beginning, all your flamethrowers, throw them in the back. You pretty much shouldn't use them at all this entire time, because they're so flimsy and they'll just die in like 3 shots, and they're not even don't even bother using them. Put your Spartan and a Cyclops on the right cover, and then put 2 Cyclops in the left one. Put the Spartan in first as well, because then he stands, or she stands a little bit closer to the enemies. So at this part now, you're going to try to get your archer missile kills. So you want to do a Spartan slam like I just did there, and then finish them off with the archer missiles. That's how you can get them to the perfect amount of health to finish them off with that. And you can get the easy mission objective for that, and then also for the mines, you'll do a similar strategy. Now, make sure when you do that, you keep her away from your allies, so that they don't finish off the people before the missiles hit, because the missiles are expensive. You cannot use them more than once this entire time. Maybe you can use them twice, but it's unlikely. So just make sure you only have to use these abilities once to get this bonus objectives done. Now careful with your Warthogs here, as you saw there, that one almost got destroyed instantly by the Hunters. You can attack the Hunters with them, but you just gotta pay attention to whether they're gonna shoot you or not, because a second ago they instantly switched targets to my Warthogs, but this time they didn't, so you just gotta do a lot of babysitting at this part, a lot of micromanaging. Save often at this part, because if you mess up your Archer Missile Strike or your Lotus Mine ability, pretty much just reload on the spot, because if you don't kill all 3 people in your one attempt, you're not going to get it. So this part, I like letting the enemies bunch up a little bit, and then throwing a Spartan Slam right in the middle, and I stunned and damaged most of them. And then afterwards, just tell Alice to not shoot at the ones that are already damaged, and you gotta wait a couple seconds and then they'll blow up. And I checked to make sure I got it, and I got 3, so we're all good there, and I got both of the kill with blank thing objectives done. Now, note for this part too, don't build the turrets. They're not worth it, because they just get blown up right away, and they don't do anything for you. Okay, now after you've killed that group, you're going to want to flip-flop like I did there. Move your Cyclopses, your double Cyclopses to the right, and move your Spartan to the left, because from this point on, the infantry only spawns on the left or middle approaches. So you're going to want her to be on the left instead. This is a really tricky fight, so like I'm doing here, hijack a Wraith if you get the chance,
I need repairs,
because
sir.
it will help you.
Burning rubber.
If nothing else, it makes so you have one less target to shoot, and you pretty much go 1v1 against the Wraith, and you're gonna probably kill him at the same time as he kills you, but it'll keep you alive, so it's whatever.
I'm under fire from enemy vehicles. Let's do this.
Like I said earlier in the mission, try to use your Spartan Slam pretty much as often as possible, whether you're hijacking a unit or if you're just using it to stun people. It's, I think, your only active ability you get, besides Ram, I guess. But it's your most useful one you get in this mission, so use it all the time.
Leader power ready.
To get the bonus objective for keeping people alive, you can technically lose 4 different people, but
Almost there, Spartan. I just need you to hold on a little longer.
if you can keep, you know, more alive than less, it'll make it a lot easier in the long run.
Delivering up.
Now, I kind of messed up my hijack there, and I did it way too late after the Wraith is already dead,
Being pestered by
but
ground troops.
it's whatever, it doesn't really matter.
Time to earn my
Just try to get rid of
paycheck.
him, not kill him.
Time to dance.
Okay, so as you see here, you don't need the Cyclops for this part, so get your Cyclopses back, because
Whatever you
you,
need.
if you have a chance to heal them, like I'm going to do in a second, you want to just keep them alive, and all that spawns on the left for a while is just infantry. So just use Alice, keep her in the cover, she gets ridiculously tanky, and she can just chill there while you heal everyone else up. Now, if you don't need to heal anyone up and you're doing better than me, well, good for you, don't heal. But heal whenever it's needed. If they're too far out of range, just get out of the cover for half a second. They'll walk a little bit closer and then get back in the cover. Make sure you get back in, though, before someone else pops in. In a little bit, you'll see a group of hunters get inside the cover, and it becomes a headache to deal with if that happens, because they are very tanky units by default, and they're even more tanky if they get in the cover.
I'm receiving fire from ground troops. Receiving fire from ground troops. I'm out, sir. Spartan Alice reporting, sir.
Sure thing.
I'm under attack from enemy infantry.
Watch my dust, boss. Cyclops under assault from enemy ground forces.
Too slow. Show me my targets.
Leader power ready.
Sir.
The Spirit of Fire's restoration drones are online for you, Alice.
Eager to tear this place up, sir.
Now, another part that's actually tricky about this part, that you actually can see right here in this clip, you cannot go behind some of these openings. Like this one on the right, pretty much no units can get through, and the one on the left, the Warthogs have a really hard time getting through. It's like they didn't test this level, and the units just have a hell of a time getting around the map. So make sure you're just trying to move people as little as possible, because the more you move people, the more it frustrates you because they're not going where you want them to, and it's just easier if you try to just let your garrison units do all the work instead of not doing that.
Let's motor.
And we're pretty close to the end here. The last thing that they send in is a couple brutes with their little jump packs, and they're extremely easy to deal with as long as you use your Warthogs. Careful in the cover, though. They will very quickly kill units even in cover, and absolutely destroy your flamethrowers, so don't even use your flamethrowers unless they get close enough to them that you have to use them.
Oh yeah, go time.
If you can, keep them out of the combat as best as you can, as long as you
Beep,
can.
beep. Out of my way. On the move.
But use your Warthogs a lot at this part. Just kite around the map with them, and don't let the brutes jump on you like they did on the right, because they'll stun your units for quite a long time. So keep moving around, chase down the brutes, and you should be done with the mission in just a couple seconds.
Let's show them what this baby can do. Excuse me, coming through. Warthog on the move. Eat my dust. Burning rubber.
So, we got the gold medal there by another long shot because I got all of the side objectives. So with that, you can take that with a grain of salt. You can probably lose a couple of units, but try your best to keep all the side objectives completed and do your best. And thanks for tuning in.